changing. It's a game-tying and then a go-ahead home run last night. And right now, Shohei Ohtani has hitting numbers the way he had 2 years ago. 2 years ago, remember, like overwhelmed the field, and he was a good pitcher and a great hitter. And if you look at it now, I know we talk MVP all the time, D-Row. By the way, Ohtani is just with Judge hurt, and there's Yordan Alvarez, Jose Ramirez, but we're looking at those bottom two, like the home runs and the Ks per nine. Right, we get it. Win probability added, which is how much win probability you're adding to your team, literally. Run expectancy, how are you changing the run expectancy? He hits and pitches. He has an unfair advantage. He has all these batter-pitcher confrontations. Every single one counts for him. Last year, Judge had higher WPA and run expectancy from his hitting alone. This year, you combine Ohtani, he's number one. Right now, this is your MVP.
I can't argue with that. And if he does this for 5 years, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no, right. He doesn't need much more.
He needs to do it a smidge longer than 2 to 3.
A tiny bit.
But it doesn't have to be much.
Yeah.
For me, he is arguably the greatest player of all time. You can't put it into context what he's able to do on a nightly basis. They're going to load management his starts. I saw. We talked about when he came back from the Tommy John the first time, he kind of eliminated the split because he thought that put a lot of strain. He's been chucking a lot of those newfound sweepers this year. Maybe give him a little bit of
he needs
length.
Because actually, no, I looked up and I was like, wow, I didn't realize his numbers had actually gotten to right where they were 2 years ago, hitting-wise. But his pitching numbers
has gone down a little
also
bit.
gone back to 2 years ago where he wasn't as great. He's got 76 innings now. He's 131 ERA plus. But in his last look, so there, the first 5 starts, a .64. He came out, D-Row, after he pitched against you and Team USA when you were managing. He was smoking hot. A .64 ERA.
I mean, they were just allowed to do whatever they wanted. I had Yu Darvish in the 8th, who's the number 1. He gets to do whatever he wants, and I got to send all these pitchers back.
We're not relitigating that now. We're talking about
want to have that real conversation? Because we'll have it.
He's right.
He was a little hampered as managing Team USA, but we're not talking about.
Absolutely, D-Row is right on.
He's right. The pitching has gone back a little bit. So
I mean, look at us. We're picking on his pitching as a 131 ERA.
I hate to beef. Yeah.
Why are we picking? I mean, it wasn't that long ago that there were people saying he should just hit or he should just pitch. I mean, no, this guy is amazing at both. And it's a dumb argument. You can do whatever you want. But he's clearly the MVP. And I should have known 2 weeks ago or a week ago when I said Judge is the MVP and I settled it. I knew that I jinxed him. I knew I jinxed him because at that moment, Judge was the MVP.
Yeah.
Now it is Ohtani.
And things can change. It's just, it's remarkable. And right. I'm with you. I'm glad you brought it up because I brought, like, how long does he have to do this? That has never been done before. Even Babe Ruth transitioned. There were brief periods where he was doing both, but he was never good at pitching and hitting at the same time. They kind of, even those 2 years, he didn't do it.
I love the idea of Babe Ruth, but evolution of man says this is the greatest baseball player
to do it
time.
now? And even now, guys getting drafted.
I get it. I got all of it. Right. I have a lot of respect
for he can run, too.
The guys who came before.
Yes, I mean, John Thorne, who is baseball's official historian, if anybody knows, was this ever done even in ye olden times, like pre-Babe Ruth? Because it's not going to be done after. He would know. We'll ask John Thorne coming up. But we're asking you, first, thinking fan, we're getting your submissions on this.